Good evening. Rena Calabrese, Neighbor Settlement, 523 Webster. Where does the strength of community live? Who needs it? And what comes from it? It was 1946 and the war was over. Thousands of soldiers were returning home by train. In Naperville, a sleepy town of 5,000 with no hospital, 2 police motorcycles, and 2 fire trucks, had grown accustomed to trains whizzing through town at nearly 100 miles an hour. To passengers, Naperville was but a blink of an eye. But not on April 25th. The advance flyer had made an unscheduled stop just past the bend near the train station checking for trouble. In the last car, Raymond Yeager, a Marine headed home, chatted with a young mother and her baby. Behind and on a different track, the exposition flyer barreled down at 89 miles an hour. As scheduled, it changed tracks near Naperville, putting it on a collision course with the advance flyer. And as Rosie Hodel hung her laundry, Police Chief Jack Mallock, a teacher by day, taught class, Callista Worley, a Marine on furlough, helped her mother hem a dress, and Joe Wagon studied in college. The everyday life came to a screeching halt. The exposition plunged into the advance flyer, tearing through its roof like a can opener, shredding off its front wheels and bucking into the sky like a launched rocket and crashing down with terrific force. From throughout the community, everyday heroes came running. When no emergency centers, no cell phones, hospital, ambulances, or disaster plan, the heart, will, and human spirit of Naperville came together to help. Callista Worley, a nurse, helped the injured, among them Raymond Yeager. He asked about the mother and child, and Callista told him they did not survive. Wilbert Bauer, a Kraler employee and Red Cross first aid instructor, armed with mop buckets of morphine syringes, injected any visible part of those trapped. 800 Kraler employees converted their warehouse into a makeshift hospital and morgue. 50 North Central students came, some bringing bed frames from their dorms, to use as stretchers. And neighboring residents took in children from victims, and while others worked to keep the rescuers fed. Arnie Hodel, a construction worker and firefighter, built scaffolding to aid the rescuers. And Joe Wagon, a volunteer fireman, spent 16 hours with fellow firefighters pulling out survivors' bodies and limbs. Years later, he became our fire chief. At the time, this was the worst train crash in U.S. history. It was documented on Life magazine. And that collective human spirit, it was on Life magazine. And as a result, new national regulations regarding the speed, distance, and equipment to warn trains was passed. The unlikely heroes, there were scores of them. And that collective human spirit, presence, passion, determination, and compassion remains today. It has become the soul of our city and the heartbeat of a nation. And this is an American story, a Naperville story, and our story. And while today we are much better prepared as a city, our collective spirit is no less crucial. For one sunny, uneventful day, we the people may again be called to act as one.